Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the AMX 13105AM mle.50. It's a tier 5 French SPG located on the north spawn of Malinovka. This one is under the command of apgibbo of the TSDS clan. And we have featured him before on our channel. Game on! Well, this little Arty was designed in the 1950s. They started work in 1940s, but they didn't actually finish the design until the 1950s, and that's why it's got the mle.50 at the end of the name. It's a 105mm howitzer, which is capable of doing 445 alpha, 30mm pen, and a 1.9 meters burst radius. It's actually almost as fast to fire as the 50. He's dialing in on the bush, which is a good thing to do because there's normally somebody who will go up there and take a quick peek and see if anyone's around. Oh, looks like our AEC is just committing suicide because he's driving across the lake, and I don't think he's going to make that. No, in fact, he's gone. Pretty certain somebody from over there fired at him. Yeah, that AEC driver obviously very new to the game. Oh, we've got a 3 marked ARL-44 there going up the hill. Okay, well, he's dialed in on the spotting bush, presumably because there's somebody down there spotting at this moment for the enemy team. And he just wants to make sure. In fact, somebody just fired into the bush as well. Oh, there is somebody in the bush. The shell just hit something. And, yep. There was no explosion, so he definitely know he touched someone. And he's fired another one in. Oh, he killed him! It's a DSPZ! Congratulations, that was a really good shot and good working out. I normally go straight for the spotting bush first thing because nearly always somebody tries to get an early spot on the enemy. That guy died very, very quickly. That was a Chaffee being blasted out of existence by an 85mm main gun. So he didn't last very long either, but we're losing tanks more than the enemy team is at the moment. Although we do have 2 heavies gone up the hill to the windmill. We've got a couple of enemy heavies trying to make their way up there. And the first one we see is a T29. Well, that's the tier 7 American. We're in a tier 5 game as well. So top tier, tier 7. And, ooh, lovely shot right into the rear. Good shot. Okay. You can see why this Arty is attractive because it does have a very similar fire rate to the DP. That's got a reload time of about 7 seconds. This one, after the reductions for the good crew and the rammer, he's got the speed down to 11.31. And the standard speed is 13.42 seconds for the reload. 445 alpha, 30mm pen. Got another hit. It's a very consistent Arty, and it also dials in fairly quickly, as you can see here. Gibbo has got a good crew. In fact, that C29 just keeps getting hit. Oh, he got a fire! And he blew him. That's an arsonist. Well done. Always nice to see a little Arty getting an arsonist. Yes, it is a little Arty, but it's one of the good ones. It's also one of the easier 1 to 3 mark this little Arty. A lot of fun. Not much in the way of power, but they are a lot of fun. Gets a hit on the rear of that knee. Get shots on that ARL-44. Well, if he keeps backing up like that, he will take a hit. That was unfortunate, but expected. The guy is actually moving about enough to try and throw us off, which indicates he's a practiced player, but he's out the game. He just went down to the ARL-44 on our team. We've now got a VK3001H, and he's been tracked. Rounds out. Oh, another good shot. He's hitting the rear of those vehicles very, very accurately. And every time you hit the rear, you've got a chance of getting a fire, just like he did on the T29. Another round out, and another hit. Oh, he's doing exceptionally well. He's over 1,000 hit points already, and we're only 5 minutes into the game. This little Arty also moves about quite quickly, 60 kilometers an hour maximum speed. And I can tell you actually that one of the members of What Arty Noobs actually owns one. Yes, a real one. They actually produced 429 of them. 92 of those went to the Netherlands, and the rest were purchased by France and others. They were in service between 1965 and 1984, and it's based on the AMX 1375-ton tank. That's the basis of it. The shells have got a 15-kilometer range in the Arty version, 10 shells in 3 minutes if it goes really fast, and then it goes down to 3 shells per minute when the crew get kind of tired, because you would get tired. If you were trying to pump out 10 shells in 3 minutes, that's a lot. Because remember, that's going to be 180 seconds to fire 10 shells. That's 18 seconds per shell. He's looking for any tracer at the back. There's 2 enemy Artys, a Gorilla and a 50. The Gorilla should be firing every intermittently. It's around about 10 seconds per shot, slightly more than 10 seconds actually, more like 15 seconds. But it's the Fifi should be firing once every 10 seconds, and Gibbo's gone very high there to look for the enemy tracer. He's getting closer again. That helps if you do get close enough so you can actually react quickly to an enemy tank. Super Hellcat been located. He's trying to dial in as quickly as he can. The narrow arc is only 13 degrees either side of the center line, 26 degrees in all. He did get a shell near that Hellcat, but not close enough. We're down to 1 tank down on the enemy again. So we've got 2 tanks on the downslope from the hill, but unfortunately the Junu's in the wrong position. He might get wiped out fairly quickly, which is why he's staying up the hill at the moment. And we're looking at the KB1 over on the west side of the map. Rounds out. Close. He's trying to dial it in. He's loaded again. Rounds out again. Oh, that time he definitely got him. He definitely hit him. And things are not going well up the hill, I'm afraid, because the enemy Super Hellcats actually moved up the hill to go after the Junu. And the Junu is retreating, I think, and so is the Skoda. There they go. And here comes that. Oh, it's an Su-85. Oh, it was an ARL-44 that was retreating. So the Junu has probably gone down. I'm just checking that now. Yes, both actually they were Ju-2s, and they have gone down. So we've only got the Skoda up the top of the hill now, and both enemy Artys are going after him. VK3002M, Panther prototype. Can we get a shell? Settling. He's tracked. Rounds out. Yes, direct hit again. 177. Gibbo's very good at getting these shots on target. Wait for the next rounds. Rounds out already. Another hit. They reload just quick enough to actually get another track if the target's not moving. Oh, it has moved now. Of course, the thing that the enemy Arty can, or the enemy tank can do, is pop their repair kit and get out of the way quick. They're down to 9 hit points. They've gone, but we've lost our tanks on top of the hill as well, which means now we're 2 tanks down on the enemy, and we've got more tanks down on the west side than we have near our cap area. In fact, the only 2 guys near our cap area are ourselves and the Gorilla. And we do have an IKV-65 too, but really it's the wrong place to be, because if the Super Hellcat goes over the top, even if they just go by the lower level, not by going over the top of the hill, they can manage to get around and get into our neighborhood very, very quickly. And obviously we've just noticed a shell landing nearby. So, yeah, it kind of indicates the enemy might know where we are. So now's a good time to start relocating. The IKV's gone up to the tree line. Now, we could sit behind him, for his support, and the Jagdpanther has come back. So we do have some support from that direction as well. And the KV-1 is actually relocating as well. Okay, I think that Gibbo is going to try and get shots on that KV-1 if he can. There he is. Oh, he's in the water. And he expired. He went into the water too soon. And he's been killed. But the Stackhound has... Oh, he just got fired at by the Grilla. And now... There you go. The Grilla's gone, I'm afraid. Bad choice. Oh, but that was a good one. 175 right into the front of the Stackhound. Now, the Stackhound's probably gone into that tree line there to protect himself. But more than likely, he'll get spotted by the Jagdpanther or the IKV-65. And the Stackhound's coming on. Okay, he can see him now. Can he get a kill shot? Oh, he's gone. He has gone, but we've lost the IKV-65 too. And now there's only 3 left on our team, facing 5 of the enemy. And we still can't get away from the fact that there's a Juno nearby. Now, this is not so good. At least he's not coming directly towards us. If he does go to the cap, though, we might be a little too close to the cap. We just saw fences going down, so that indicates he's on the move. There he is, slightly to the left. Now, if we do fire this, we'll more likely get spotted, but it will help our team. Yes, he does get a hit for 71 hit points, but the Juno now knows we're here, and if we do fire, next shot will probably get spotted. We're almost loaded. He pulls up to try and get behind the bush. Gets another direct hit for 156. But they fired back down the course and we're out the game, unfortunately. Last member of our team, the VK3001P, is way down on the east side of the map, hunting that Super Hellcat. I must say that Gibbo was doing exceptionally well because he did get a lot of damage on the enemy. But sadly, I'm afraid our VK has lost the reason why he's actually in the game. He's hunting individually just for himself, not to try and win the game. You need to turn around to win the game. No, he's determined he's going to go up the hill and he's not going to try and fight. Which is a bit of a waste of coming into the game, really. There's the 2-minute warning. He's got plenty of time to get a defender, but he's completely out of position. And so he's completely wasted everyone's time in the game. And now he's been spotted, and more than likely he's going to get attacked by the enemy teammates, the Arty. Any second now the shells will start raining in. Oh, there's one of them. That's one of the tank, actually. Here comes the Arty. Yep. Predictable what's happening now. Such a waste. If he'd gone back to the cap, he wouldn't be dying right now. And there you go. The Arty got him. Well, despite that being a loss, that was still an ace tanker game for apgibbo in the AMX 13AM. Very well played. He did get a lot of damage on the enemy. He got an arsonist because he set light to the T29. He went up in smoke. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 11. He got a gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points for his own vehicle. And on top of all that, he got a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. But you can be a really good player, but you end up with really idiot tools like that guy in the 1P, who plays it completely incorrectly. The last player left alive, and instead of actually going to the cap and resetting the cap and killing the enemy tanks one by one, what does he do? Well, he just mucks about and completely wastes everybody's time by driving up the hill where there's no enemy to go for. Yeah, he needed to turn around and head north towards their cap and try and get a reset. But did he? No, unfortunately. The win 8 from that game, 6,589, which is Super Unicum and a lot more, which shows the skill that apgibbo is putting into this game. Let's have a look at the team score. Highest damage, 2,457 hit points of damage. The next highest scorer was the Super Hellcat, who had 2,195. And in third place, we've actually got the Junu, who with 1,780 hit points of damage, and he got a Confederate in that game. When it came to kills, we can see the highest scorer was the VP on the enemy team. 4 kills to him, 3 kills to the Super Hellcat, 2 kills to the Gorilla and the Basotto, and of course to apgibbo with his AMX 13 AM, and also the ARL 44, but he got 2 kills as well. So joint third place when it came to kills on that occasion. But when it came to base XP, we're way down the table, I'm afraid, because the Super Hellcat managed 1,079 being on the winning team. The only player to get over 1,000 base in the game. 999 went to the Gorilla on the enemy team, and 879 went to their VP. So Arty's at the top of the table because they were very good. But you can see that apgibbo was the best player on his team because he got 561 experience points out of that game. He kept pouring those shells in on the enemy, which is why he got the high caliber. He did the most damage. He was very effective and very accurate as well. Let's have a look at the detail report. He fired 28 rounds in that game. It's a long game, but it was very, very good. 16 direct hits on the enemy. None of them penetrated, I'm afraid. It's only a 105mm. 18 splashes. Damage of 2,457, of which 2,230 were at more than 300 meters. 2 hits received from the enemy, both penetrated. The armor is very, very thin on this tank. The maximum armor is at the front of the vehicle, is only 40mm, 20 at the sides, 15 at the rear. Any shell that hits this vehicle is going to cause a dent. In fact, it's not going to buff out in the morning. 8 enemy vehicles were damaged, 2 were killed, 193 hit points of damage assistance. He earned a profit on a premium count of 15,903 credits from that game. And he also got 1,320 experience points. So, yes, yet again, shows his skill with this Arty. And he did get the Courageous Resistance Award as well, because, of course, he did get medals in that game, even though it was a losing game. So, another nice game, even though it was a loss for apgibbo. But it, again, keep showing your skill, because if you keep doing that in the AMX 13, you are going to get great results. Hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.